Hi, first grade families. It's Mrs. Morganweg here. I'm going to talk a little bit about what at home learning is going to look like for the next several weeks for Long Beach first graders. First of all, I hope all of you are doing great and have all of the resources and things that you need. Some of you picked up packets and folders last week at Long Beach School. If you weren't able to do that, this week they will be delivered when meals are delivered. They should hopefully be delivered on Monday, March 30th. If not, they may be delivered in the next few days after. So the first thing I want to talk about are kind of what we expect will be happening the next couple weeks. So in your folders, most of you got a learning at home schedule, and this is optional. This is not something that you're required to do, but it's a nice way to structure the day for your students and keep them busy. So I'm not going to go over all of that, but that's kind of what the schedule looks like. Now, the next thing I want to talk about are the packets that went home. There was 3 weeks worth of learning sent home in those packets. On April 13th and 14th, you'll be able to come back to Long Beach School and get more learning packets for the next 3 weeks. We're hoping we can be back to school in May, but we don't know, anything for sure yet. So you will have enough paper packet work to do at home if you're not able to get online. If you are able to get online, this is a great place to go first thing, which is the Symbaloo. And the Symbaloo has all of these great learning resources in one place, so you don't have to jumble around in all of your papers and try to remember what was that website. I can't find that, so it's all in one place. So I recommend saving this to your favorites on your kids' iPads or your computers, so to make your life a little bit easier. A couple of the websites that we really, really recommend that our first graders be using for reading are Raz Kids, which is called Kids A to Z, and Epic. And Raz Kids, when kids go into Raz Kids, just click on there. If you're in Miss Morganweg or Miss Coquelin's class, you will get to a screen. Sorry, that's the teacher screen. You'll get to a screen that looks like this. It has a picture of Miss Coquelin and I, and all of the kids' names are here for them to read. If you're logging in for the first couple times, you're not going to see that right away. So you'll need to log in, use your teacher's name, and it's E. Coquelin, and that will work for both Miss Coquelin and Miss Morganweg's class. Okay, so that's Raz Kids, and the kids' login information was on the laminated card that we sent home with packets last week. So Raz Kids is a great one for them to do for reading at their level. And we know that the more the kids are reading at their level, they're going to improve at a much greater pace. Epic is another great reading site. It has over 40,000 books, I believe, for kids to go and read. Now, for Miss Morganweg's class, our code is XNT6585. Your code information you can get from Miss Coquelin if you're in Miss Coquelin's class. And I don't know if Miss Hester's class does Epic. But in Epic, so I'll go in, Blueberry has her own account. The kids really know how this works. They can search for books up in the search bar by topic, or they can just explore looking through this way. And they've got AR books based on their reading level, comics, books that are read to them, videos, and audio books. So lots of great resources here on Epic. The next thing I want to take a look at is MathWiz. Their MathWiz login was also on that laminated card that was sent home in their packet folder. And so you'll go to log in, and then the kiddos will log in with their username and password. And they know how MathWiz works and how to navigate that website. The other resources I want to point out to you, because they are on our learning schedule during literacy time, it says listen to Mrs. M's Read Aloud on YouTube or the Daily Reader on Long Beach School's Facebook page. And so that right here, this YouTube symbol, will take you to the first grade YouTube channel where there are different tutorials on how to use Epic or BrainPop, and then there's read alouds for each day. And a lot of times after the read alouds, there will be different things that we talk about with the kids, like how to make connections or story retelling, or different ideas of things that will go along with the story. So the other way to see a read aloud is to go here to the Long Beach Facebook page, and each day about 9 o'clock they're getting posted. There's a different reader, a different staff member each day reading. Like today was our custodian Rigo reading Jaja Gigi Quack by Doreen Ronan, which is a Spanish version of Giggle Giggle Quack. And then yesterday was Miss Marshman reading a pigeon book. The day before that was Miss Fletcher reading a book outside with her dog. So every day a different staff member will be reading a read aloud on that Facebook page. The other one that I would really suggest that families try these first couple weeks is the Scholastic Learn at Home site. The Scholastic Learn at Home site is amazing. We've got the weeks arranged here, and if you're just starting, you'll want to start on the week 1. And day 1 is all about animal studies and spiders, and it first wants you to watch the story and then read the book. And then you've got some more activities and videos that go along with that theme of spiders. And so you just click on the picture that it's showing you for Diary of a Spider, and it will take you to the Scholastic video of Diary of a Spider, which are usually about 9 to 10 minutes long. Really engaging video stories for the kids. Along the side here are some different things, activities that you can do that go along with that story as well. And then if you go back, then it wants you to read the book. And again, you just click on the picture of that book and it will take you back here, and then you've got the story that they actually want the kiddos to read. What are spiderlings? Spiderlings are baby spiders. Spiders are arachnids. Arachnids have 8 legs. Now you have the read along. So you have the read along as well, that kids can listen to first and then read on their own, which is really a great tool for first graders. And then we've got video, a draw and write activity, and then also the activities in Spanish. And so if we go to the activity for today, it says invent a spider. Some spiders are named for how they look, like the wolf spider or the pumpkin spider. Pretend you discovered a new spider. Draw it. Be sure to give it 8 legs, a head, and a body. Describe it in words and name it. So that's just a fun little activity the kids can do after they've listened to and read several books on that topic. Each day there's a draw and write activity to go along with the topic. Day 2 is Earth Science and Weather. Day 3 is Sound and Music. Day 4, Social Studies Communities. And oh, look at Giggle Giggle Quack. That's the book that goes along with the book Rigo read today in Spanish. And day 5, Life Science Bones. So, and then on this day, I can see it's a spelling activity instead of a draw and write, but I believe most days are draw and write activities. So I would suggest to save on paper and keep things all in one spot. On the packets that we gave you, the back side is blank. Some of them we did that because some of them you need to cut and glue things, but also then those pages are a work area for you to do writing and drawing on the back side of those pages and kind of keep everything in one spot. And at this point, we're not asking that kids return those. Those are just things that we know will be following our first grade standards and help to make sure kids keep on learning. The other thing I wanted to share with you is just a quick snapshot of first grade goals that we have for students. So we've got on this page is really just reading goals and math goals. Sorry, it's hard to put in the camera the right way. But a lot of what we wanting students doing as readers is segmenting words. And that's this first one here with the fan. Identifying long and short vowels. I'm looking at this backwards, I think. Reading CBC words like pig, bug, and then they're spelling using these digraphs like the ch, sh. And then we've got, I can read long vowel words. I can break words into syllables. I can read all of my sight words, and I can read with fluency. Fluency means that they're practicing a text several times and they're reading like they would be talking and not reading kind of sounding like a robot. So we expect them to practice those texts many, many times to get fluent with it. And then our math goals, as you can see here, I can tell time, and in first grade we want them telling time to the hour and half hour. I can measure objects. I can identify half and quarter and whole shapes. I can read and interpret graphs. I can count to 120. I can add and subtract 10 to a number. I can solve for the unknown in a number sentence. I can add and subtract. So this is just a really nice snapshot of what first grade goals look like for kids in Washington State. And next time when you get your packets, we will have a copy of that in there for you and your students to be able to quickly see what their goals are as first graders. Please reach out to us anytime if you have a question. Teachers are going to be trying to contact families either through Zoom, Blooms, text, email, phone calls, a lot of different ways. We want to keep in touch with you to make sure everything's going great. And if you have anything that you need, you can let us know then. Or if there's any questions about the packet work, you can ask then. We really want to be here to help you as a resource, and it's our job to be here as a resource for you. We're trying to figure out what this at-home learning looks like, and all of the teachers in first grade were working together and want to make this as successful as we can for all the first graders at Long